This is the third and last video of Task A, Pilot Qualifications. In this video, we are going to cover medical certificates. We're going to talk about classes, expirations, privileges, and temporary disqualifications. We're also going to cover BasicMed Privileges and Limitations. Let's start. So we already know that in order to operate any civil aircraft in the territories of the United States, every pilot must hold in their physical possession or readily accessible a valid medical certificate. Regulation 61.23 provides us all the information needed about medical certification, requirements, and durations. Let's go there. According to this regulation, there are three classes of medical certificates, starting from first class being the most restrictive to third class being the least restrictive. A first class certificate is required for exercising the pilot in command privileges of an airline transport pilot certificate, or for a second in command in flag or some supplemental operations in Part 121. A second class certificate is required for exercising the commercial pilot privileges or for the second in command privileges in 121 operations other than what required for the first class. A third class certificate is required for exercising the privileges of a private pilot certificate, recreational pilot, student pilot, instructor license, and more. The duration of each certificate depends on the age of the applicant on the day it was issued. For example, under the age of 40, if a pilot holds the first class certificate, in the first 12 calendar months, he would be able to exercise the privileges of all classes. But after 12 months, the certificate will stay first class, but the privileges will be of a third class for the next 48 calendar months. For the age of 40 and above, if a pilot holds a first class certificate, the privileges will deteriorate to second class privileges after 6 months, and after 6 more months, the privileges will deteriorate to third class certificate for the next 12 calendar months. To issue a medical certificate, an applicant must submit a request to the MedExpress website. Let me know in the comments if you want me to upload a video showing the process of filling out the application. Then the applicant needs to schedule an appointment with an aviation medical examiner, or in short, AME, to receive a comprehensive physical examination. I put links for the Medical Express and the AME search websites in the description below. No matter which class is requested, the following domains will always be examined by the AME. The extent and the standards to which the examination is made depends on the class of medical certificate is requested. You can find more information on the examination standards in Part 67, subparts B to D. In the case where the applicant does not meet all standards for the medical certificate he requested, a special issuance of a medical certificate may be required. In such case, the AME will defer the applicant, and it will be in the authority of a federal air surgeon to decide whether the medical condition is disqualifying or not. The federal air surgeon then examines whether the disqualifying condition of the applicant is progressive, which means that the condition may change for better or worse over time, and then decide whether restrictions may be added to that certificate. The restriction on the certificate may be eliminated after the applicant was able to provide to the federal air surgeon satisfying proof that the problem has been solved. In a case of a non-progressive disqualifying condition, for example, some levels of color blindness or even a missing limb, the applicant will have to demonstrate his ability of performing airman duties without endangering the public safety. In this case, a State of Demonstrated Ability certificate, or in short, SODA, will be issued along with the medical certificate, with or without restrictions. There are 4 requirements a pilot needs to comply to in order to fly under the BasicMed program. The pilot needs to possess a valid US driver license. The pilot should have held at least once a medical certificate that was issued after July 14, 2006. Every 4 years, the pilot needs to get a physical exam with a state licensed physician using the comprehensive medical examination checklist. The pilot needs to complete every 2 years a BasicMed medical education online course. Flying under the BasicMed program holds some operational limitations. A pilot who flying under the BasicMed program may not operate any aircraft that is certified to carry more than 6 occupants or for maximum takeoff weight of more than 6,000 pounds. The aircraft may not carry more than 5 passengers, not include the pilot. The aircraft may not operate in altitudes higher than 18,000 feet MSL and should not exceed speeds of more than 250 knots. Flight for compensation or higher is not allowed. The aircraft may operate under VFR or IFR, but the flight should only take place in the United States territories. And that's all for the pilot qualifications task. Join me to the next video for a short self-examination.